Hey, what's going on everyone? Welcome to another Marvel Future Revolution video. In this video, we're going to be blowing all of my crystals that I have here on the Omega Flight server. Now, this is, depending on when you might be watching this, global launch might already be out, but I'm just going to be blowing all of my, I think I have about 8,000 crystals that I have on this account, because I'm most likely going to be starting a brand new account on the Hydra Empire 1 server, and for that reason I am going to do a bunch of draws on this game, this account here, and see at the end of it, is any of this worth doing with my new account? I'm kind of leaning towards no, but I haven't actually done any of these myself. I was just saving up all of my premium currency since I started playing this on the pre-release server, which is Omega Flight. And I haven't really done much with it other than unlocking new characters. So for 300, I believe it's 300 crystals, I have another video on this one, you can actually spend to unlock slots for other characters. There's a total of 8 characters, but you get to start with 4. But yeah, that's usually the best use of your early crystals. I do want to talk about a few other uses of crystals, though, as we go into global launch, and people might be curious as to what exactly you're going to use them on. So without further ado, guys, let's get this show on the road. Hey everyone, if you're looking for an awesome way to play Marvel Future Revolution and other Android games on your PC, then look no further than LD Player, one of the best emulators anywhere. Not only is the gameplay very smooth, but if you so desire, you can run many instances of it at the same time, allowing you to play multiple games or accounts simultaneously. And if this all sounds good to you, then you can download from their official site at ldplayer.net or follow the link in the description below. So what are you waiting for? Download now and get your gaming started today. Alright, so we're going to start things off in the corner here of Omega Flight headquarters, so I'm lagging a little bit less on my game, but we're going to open up our store window. That's this here, and so we really can figure out what to use our crystals on. Now, I have almost 8,000, not quite. How much is this worth, by the way? I think it's worth, yeah, somewhere, yeah, this is a US, I think this is US dollar price. So 90, 40, I would say I have about $120, $130 worth of crystals. So this is a fair bit. Now, what can you do with this? Now, I did mention in the intro that you can unlock character slots, which would normally be found here in the consumables section, but I've already done so. So you normally find it somewhere in here. I kind of recommend doing that a bit earlier on if you want, but there is ways that you can get a head start. Now, my head's blocking the way. But below consumables, there's a tab that says tokens. This is not related to spending crystals. This is just in-game stuff where you can buy other things from different game modes. Charges is where you buy crystals, of course, and that's the tab below tokens. So now we go back up, and we can go to bundles. So this is the first real section where you can spend flat crystals to get things. Now, there is these weekly ticket supply bundles. I don't really think that's worth it, but what might be worth it, though, and what I've been told from others that are worth it, is not this 4-star costume bundle. A lot of people think that this is actually the best way to get a head start on your character. It actually is not, in my opinion, because this does give you a 4-star set for your character, but they're not the best 4-star items. Now, this will help in the short term, but I think longer term, actually, because you'll eventually replace these items, though, which is the problem. And what I think actually, and the skills normally aren't that great that they add for the set bonuses, but what I think actually is worthwhile is you scroll over. Now, there's this card set bundle. Now, I'm not sure if this is going to change in global launch or not on different servers, but you get the Xander 2 Omega card set bundle for 2,000 crystals, and what do you get? You get a 4-set bonus of 4-star Omega cards. Now, Omega cards are another way to improve your power outside of gear pieces or the costume pieces. So the difference with this is you're very likely to continue upgrading these because comic books are, and these ones specifically aren't that bad. They're pretty decent, actually. So this is probably better than the costume sets. As much as people probably want to buy the costume pieces, I think this might have longer term value than the costumes outright. You also do get a little bit of 500,000 gold. That's not super important early on. Might help you in the beginning. Now, other than that, though, out of here, Core Deluxe Bundle, don't buy this. Cores are not important until you hit level 40 plus. And even then, you know, cores are a bit of a weird mixed bag. And while they do improve your power, it's not as much as it would for costumes or Omega cards. Other than that, a lot of these are just like crafting bundles, things like this for lesser amounts of crystals. Not all that important in my opinion. But what could be And actually, what's interesting is there's other things that you can do, not with crystals, but there are monthly memberships for $4. This is actually not too bad for light spenders here. I did actually buy this for my first month when I was playing on the pre-release Omega Flight server that I am here, and it does give you an instant bonus of 245 crystals, and then 50 daily alongside an alpha supply box. So this is over 28 days, I think, and this is actually a pretty good value, I would say. So if you are going to spend a little bit of money, do get this Alpha Future membership. The Omega Future membership is just that on steroids. It's way more, way more crystals daily and better supply boxes. So if you're willing to spend a little bit more on a monthly membership, go ahead and buy that Omega Future membership, but the $4 one is perfectly okay too. Now the draws is where you're going to spend the big bulk of your crystals. So this is basically costume pulling, Omega card pulling, and what they call a dimensional box, and this has things like cores and other random goodies in this. Now it costs, if you do a 10 pull, it costs less. It costs 10% less, so 1,800 instead of 2,000, both for the costumes and for the Omega cards, and the dimensional box is 900 instead of 1,000. And you do get this thing called the Omega point for doing these pulls. Now, as of the recording of this video, this actually doesn't serve a purpose. I assume that at some point that this might be usable for some sort of pity system, maybe. I'm not entirely sure. It says can be exchanged for special items in the future. So at this point, I'm not entirely sure what this does. But since we have 7,800, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull 2 lots of costume pulls and 2 lots of Omega cards and see what we get. Now, I do want to click on the details because it does tell you a breakdown of your star level. So you're guaranteed 3-star items at the bare minimum. I think that's the same for the Omega cards. And you have roughly a 10% chance for a 4-star and 2.4% for a 5-star. That's pretty low, I would say. Now this is, I think, 2.4% total over the course of the 10 pulls. Or per pull, I'm not sure actually. But usually people don't get the 5 stars. So I would never really spend crystals doing this because it's quite a bit of a slot machine, frankly. I don't even know if I'd recommend doing it on the Omega cards because, you know, when you get higher level, you can actually get 3-star Omega cards off of what they call the Mega Bosses or the Prime Targets. So, you know, the 4 or the 5s would be really good draws, but it's just combined, you know, 12.5%, I guess, for a 4 or 5. 4 and 5s do cut off a significant amount of grinding time, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, so for the hell of it, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do 2 of each and see what we get. Is it worth it? We're not really gonna be doing the dimensional boxes, so these give you cores and training manuals. This is for your squad XP, and this is not character XP, but the squad XP is related to all of your characters. You can improve your stats for your squad, which gives you a shared amount of extra stats across all of your characters, not just one. So that's another way to upgrade your power level. But for the purposes of this, let's get this going. There's also a special, the Marvel Studios Captain Marvel costume. So every character has a specific costume that I think you can only get out of these boxes, which is incredibly rare. They're really good, I think, as well, but yeah, it's incredibly rare. Anyways, my first time doing this. Let's see what we get. Is this worth it? I kind of think I know the answer to this, but let's do it anyways. So here we go. Fancy music. We get the fancy cutscene. Thank you, Rocket, for this. And what do we get? And Groot. I actually really like the cutscenes. You know, the graphics are really nice on this game, I have to say. I think we're only going to watch the cutscene once, though. Okay, what do we get? Oh, Rocket. Okay, so we get oh, wow, we got a gold. Wow, we got a 5-star headpiece. Too bad for this character. I don't really need that. Everything else, we got 1 4-star, 1 5-star. Wow, that's shocking. I don't need this though because I actually already have a 5-star headpiece on this character, so that doesn't do me much good. But yeah, that was quite rare actually. Maybe it's 2.4% per item here. We got 1 4-star, so you can see that most of what you're getting is a 3-star. Now the 3 stars are not inherently bad. I would say it's not going to take you a long time to get 3-star equipment pieces though, so this would probably only take you a couple days at most. You know, it would be a good starter thing, I suppose, but realistically it won't take you very long to get this. if you get lucky, you know, you might get a 5-star, and that will actually shave off a ton of time. I'm not doing any math on the time on here, but I only have, after playing a month, I have about 2 5-star pieces, so that kind of gives you an idea there. Let's go one more time before we move to the Omega cards. And what do we get? We're gonna skip the cutscene this time around, as much as I like it, and it's pretty cool. Let's see, what do we get again? Okay, so no golds, all 3 stars. I kind of assumed that this is the case. I was just really lucky the first time. So again, you get some extra costume parts, you get some new aesthetic looks, but from a star perspective, 3 stars are not anything impressive. You know, it doesn't take very long to get these. So that's why I just don't think it's worth the 1,800 crystals. Unless you're whaling and cracketing, then, you know, go for it, do whatever you want. But for people who are light spenders or free to play, it's not a significant deal. I will say that for the most part, this amount of crystals that I've gathered, though, is me free to play for the most part. And you get crystals in the game by fulfilling objectives, by certain milestones for your account, things like that. So that's how I've managed to accumulate this much. Let's do the Omega card pulling. Is it the same cutscene? No, it's a different cutscene. Oh, this is kind of cute. Oh. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, there we go. Oh, Groot. I really love this, actually. Sorry for making you guys watch this. This is really nice. Okay, once again, all 3 stars. Oh, no, sorry, we got 1 4-star. But really, like, so, if you guys remember, we were talking about the card bundles. So you got 4 4-stars for 2,000 crystals. So here we spent 1,800 and only got 1. So that's why I think that the card bundle is probably worth it over these things, because you're guaranteed 4 4-star Omega cards. So I think that makes a significant amount of difference. And really, you only want the rare cards. These common cards are not very good. So the bundle came with 4 rare cards that were a set bonus. I think this Mighty Thor, and even that's a common card. Did we even get any non-common cards? I'm not sure. There we go, 1 rare card. But the rares is what you want, because the rares are the ones that have the set bonuses. And if it doesn't, it's not worth building. It's not worth leveling up. So we got 2 rare cards, 2 rare cards, and that's it. So really not a great deal. Let's do it one more time. We'll skip the cutscene here, as much as I like that one. What do we get? Again, 3 stars. Oh no, we got some 4 stars. We got 3 4-stars, but how many of these were common? How many of these were rare? So we got 1 rare here, actually, on the 4-star. That's also a 4-star. That's from the Xanderth bundle, actually. I'll say that. That was from the 2,000 crystal Xanderth bundle. However, once again, you know, 4 4-stars guaranteed, and the rest could be common. I don't recognize any of these as rares. So that one, nope. Yep. So only 2 rare cards. These 2 here, the Warriors 3 and the Avengers 1963. So once again, you know, for the amount of crystals that you're spending, it just really makes a lot more sense just to go for the bundle. You know, I actually think both the gear bundle and the card bundle. So it's just better than rolling the dice for a 5-star. You're probably not going to get, even though I did. I think you're better off just spending the flat crystals for that. So fortunately, we've blown everything now, but my point is, and I want to go back to the bundle section here, because this is the most important. So for 2,000 crystals, sorry, you know, you can get the costume bundle and the card set bundle. You know, again, the 4 4-stars guaranteed, probably more likely than what you're going to pull out of those draws from what we saw from mine. That 5-star was just super, super lucky, I think. But other than that, I think you're better off getting these costume bundles in terms of a value for crystals. So think about that. Hopefully this helps give you guys an idea of what you're going to be using your crystals on for global launch. Please don't waste them. And I think the draws, unless you're just trigger happy and gambling happy, I don't think this is a great idea. Now, again, you do get these Omega points, but right now they serve no purpose, and I'm not entirely sure what purpose they will serve, so I can't guarantee anything. That's the end of the video, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Let me know what your plans are for Omega Marvel Future Revolution. I will be playing on Hydra Empire 1, sorry. And if you want to join and have fun with me, then feel free to let me know in the comments down below. Feel free to join up on my Discord channel as well. I have a Marvel Future Revolution Discord channel there. Even though we're primarily Marvel Strike Force, we're going to be doing both, although albeit probably casually for Marvel Future Revolution, so there won't be a ton of content coming out on a weekly basis, maybe 1 a week or so. But other than that, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Enjoy global launch. And until next time, stay safe and healthy, and I'll see y'all later. Boylan signing out.